that is manipulation, but do I like it? Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reading Reddit stories. I haven't read any of the ones that I have saved. However, if they're trash, I'm going to edit it out and you would never know. Let's check out the ones that I have saved and we're just going to kind of see what the vibes are. So the first one that we're going to be reading today is titled, "My sister is blowing up my phone trying to keep my mouth shut." And this is posted on Am I the Asshole? So let's see if this person is an asshole or not. I, 26 female, just witnessed my sister, 32 female, destroy her family and marriage, and now she's blowing up my phone to keep me quiet. A bit of context. Growing up, we were never too close due to an age gap and a messy divorce when I was 10 and she was 16. Our dad cheated on our mom, and we were the ones to find out when we came home early from school. Oh, that's fucking awful. Oh, that's awful. I wanted to tell our mom, but my sister begged me not to. I remember telling my mom like it was yesterday and how my sister never really forgave me, which that's a whole other thing in itself. I feel like I would definitely sing like a canary. If I seen either of my parents cheating, I'd be like, hey, just so you know what's going on in your home when you're not here. And that's very interesting that the sister didn't want her to say anything. I guess I can kind of understand the thought process because maybe she could see how things would develop from there or how things could escalate from there. It could result in a divorce. It could result in like separation of the family and cause, I guess, more trauma. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's unfair for the mom not to know, and that's kind of fucked up that the kids in that situation had to find out the way that they did. That's something that like a kid shouldn't even really know about, and I feel like that's something that I wish for them specifically didn't happen. Like if they could find out, like not their parents, if the mom found out and divorced the dad and they had a discussion about divorce, and then maybe like later on the kids understood, because I feel like that's something hard to cope with like as a kid. I don't know. After the divorce, our lives blew up. We moved a couple of cities away with our mom and had to start a brand new. It was especially hard for my sister because she had to leave all her friends right before senior year. As we've aged, she has slowly gotten over it. She's even asked me to be a bridesmaid, which obviously I said yes to. My brother-in-law is the epitome of golden retriever boyfriend, which I hope I pronounced that right. He's very nice and caring, but doesn't have a lot going on in his head. Oh, he's like a little dumb blonde, which like that sounds mean, but I sympathize with the dumb blonde. Like I feel like my energy is dumb blonde, not really dumb, but just like super wholesome. So I appreciate that, and that's honestly really sad because I don't like where this is going. He is very nice and caring, but doesn't have a lot going on in his head. He works a 9 to 5 job while my sister stays home. A couple of months ago, my sister was in a really low place, saying she was bored and unhappy with her relationship. Now she is as happy as ever, chalking it up to be seasonal depression. I was in the city for work this week where my sister lives and thought I should visit her. I decided to surprise her with a sister brunch. Ooh, I love me a good sister brunch. I love me a good girly brunch. Let's get mimosas and talk shit. But I'm digressing. Okay, sorry, back to the story. When I got to her house, I saw a truck in the driveway, which was not BIL's, but thought nothing of it since she had a lot of construction recently. The door was unlocked, and I don't even want to describe what I walked in on, but my sister was scrambling to find something to cover up while a random man just stared at me in shock, butt naked. Oh. I already felt the tears streaming down my face as I turned and walked out the door. Oh. My sister has been calling and texting me nonstop, begging me to talk to her, but I don't know who she is at this point. I thought that our dad cheating taught her how infidelity can ruin people's lives. I can't support her and am disgusted with what she has done. I'm crying in my car and don't know what to do. Please help me, Reddit. Damn. Okay, she's definitely not the asshole. She didn't even threaten her to tell her husband or anything. I feel like that does require a conversation. I don't agree with cheating in the slightest. I feel like if you're unhappy in your relationship and you already feel the verge of I could be happy with someone else, and especially if you are already envisioning it with somebody else, then it's time to leave that relationship. But let's read some of the comments because I'm wondering if like anybody's gonna tell her to snitch on her sister. Not the asshole, but I'm going to let you know that her blaming you for the first divorce means she is definitely going to blame you for the end of her relationship. You say she should have learned that cheating ruins people's lives, but to her, you ruin people's lives. This is obvious nonsense, but then people are nonsensical. That was a very good observation, I feel. That's extremely true. I didn't even clock that in the beginning. Instead of her being upset with the person who actually cheated, which initially was their father, she got mad at her sister for snitching. And I've seen instances like that with people that are in relationships. Like if they find out that their partner's cheating, I see some people that are mad at the person that they cheated with. They're mad at the people who told them about the infidelity. They're mad at everybody but the person who actually did the cheating. It might be more painful to acknowledge that somebody has betrayed you in that way. And it may be easier to put the blame on somebody who really had nothing to do with it or really didn't have a hand in actually destroying your trust. Somebody commented, do it before there are children involved. She will keep doing it. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like once a cheater, always a cheater? Like, I feel like it kind of depends on the situation. Like, I know people that have cheated and don't feel any sort of validation from it and feel upset that they even put their relationship at risk to begin with. And then I know people that it's like, I got away with it. Or, great, the person forgave me, my partner forgave me, so I can keep doing this shit. Because I feel like if you have the goal, like if you have that in you to be able to do it, you're so capable of doing it again. And there's just absolutely no way. And I think, or at least for me personally, and it's like typically I don't judge. And I know relationships are complicated. I have been in relationships before where not that I necessarily felt like cheating, but I felt like I would be happier just in a different position. And instead of cheating, I just left. And I think that's always the right answer. Even if it's like if it's a strong enough hunch, I feel like if the feeling is there strong enough to where I don't even know what that would look like. I don't even know what planning to cheat looks like. It looks problematic. Am I the asshole for leaving my husband without putting up a fight? Okay, my husband, 30 male, has been acting really strange recently, staying out late without any explanation, leaving really early with random expensive gifts and no apparent reason. I'm not naive, and I put two and two together and realized he was cheating. I didn't want to start looking through his phone and his belongings or start stalking his social media or any of that, so I sat on the couch and waited for him to come home. Once he got home, I asked him to sit down and asked him if he was cheating. He was honest and told me he was and apologized, said it meant nothing and it wouldn't happen again. Honestly, I cannot trust him, and without trust, a relationship can't survive. So I went upstairs, packed my things. He chased after me, asking me to stop and give him a chance. I just finished packing and left. This was 3 days ago, and since I left, I have been bombarded with texts and emails and voicemails saying how could I leave without even trying to fix things, and that if I ever loved him, I would want to. That just pissed me off. But let me finish at least. How could I leave without even trying to fix things? And that if I ever loved him, I would want to stay and go through this and that this and that every. I'm really conflicted. He was my first love, and I haven't lost those feelings overnight. But in the other hand, he broke my trust, and truthfully, he won't ever earn that back. I feel like that's very manipulative of him to say, if you ever loved me. And it's like, bro, if you ever loved me, you wouldn't have cheated. You dead ass cheat on me. Like, that's pretty much it. Because I'm the same way where it's like there are certain things where my trust just cannot possibly be fixed. I would always be paranoid. I'd always be scared. I'd always be like, this person is cheating on me. There would be no peace for either of us. And that's not fair for either parties, especially like I said, I do understand that there are people that do cheat. And like I know couples, I know old ass couples. Don't take that offensively, but I know older couples and there might have been an infidelity like way early in their relationship. Let's say they've been together for 30 plus years and there's been cheating early in the relationship, and they're like the happiest that they've ever been. Like I've seen people recover from cheating. So it's like part of me feels like, could I do it if it was like somebody that I loved? But the answer is no. There's no fucking way. To each their own, and it's no judgment at all. And I think that is such a powerful thing to be able to forgive somebody, and for both people in the relationship to move past something like that, and one for the partner that cheated to be able to gain their partner's trust back. And for the other person who got cheated on, trusting somebody to the degree when you first met them or before knowing that they cheated, that's some powerful ass shit. And I go off. I love that for you. It just wouldn't be me. And like, I would love to say otherwise, to say that I'm not. And it's not even about pettiness, it's like literally about people presenting how they care about me through their actions. And that for me is no bueno. Like, that's crazy. But for him to say, if you ever loved me, what? Like, that to me was manipulative. Like, first of all, you're the one that messed up and not allowing, she said it's only been 3 days, and not allowing somebody to process the betrayal that you caused and the trust issues that you have now caused, not even allowing her time to process that, for one. Two, you need to immediately start putting in the work for that. And if you expect somebody to come back, or at least give them enough space to process everything, say your piece, whatever, send it in a text message so they can get it and read it. Ooh. Okay, maybe this one. Am I the asshole for lying to my wife that I'd forgive her cheating? When me and my wife first started dating, we had a talk about cheating. I straight up lied and said, if this ever happens, I need to know straight away. If you tell me and it only happens once, I think I could forgive you. Fast forward 5 years later, and we are married. A couple nights ago, she came up to me and asked if I remember our talk. I said, which one? We had a lot of talks like that. She then reminded me of the cheating talk and confessed she slept with a coworker at a recent company party. I was mortified. I packed my stuff and left. She begged me to stay. I couldn't. I needed to cool down. We talked yesterday and she again reminded me of our talk early on. I laughed and said that I never intended to forgive her, and I only said that the time to make sure she confessed it if it ever happened. I don't mean to laugh because that is manipulation, but that's very smart and very clever. And I know, like, just a second ago, I say that I always tell a person that I'm with, if you cheat, that's it. It's a wrap. I might have to change that technique up because, like, for her to like go to him, but that's also unfortunate. There's so many levels to this, but let me finish. I'm still planning on divorcing her. Nothing can change my mind about that. But my wife said what I did was manipulation. Was I the asshole for lying about forgiving her? Man, was manipulation, but that's like, I feel like that's valid manipulation. So by him saying, hey, if you cheat, come to me, we'll be fine, all we got to do is talk about it if it's just one time, I don't know if for her she perceived it as, okay, I can cheat one time and he'll forgive me and it'll be fine. It's the only thing that I can think of, because for her to bring up that particular conversation when I really feel like she should have not have cheated to begin, like it's two wrongs don't make a right. But by him saying that specifically to get it out of her if she cheated or not, I have mixed feelings about that. I just kind of don't feel like he's an asshole for that. I don't think he's an asshole even if he said like, oh yeah, I would totally forgive something like that, and then changed his mind. It's like, if y'all are in a monogamous relationship and y'all, the goal is to not cheat on each other and not hurt each other and not have each other messed up, then like, she shouldn't have been cheating to begin with. That's just my opinion. I don't know. That's very tricky because it is manipulation, but I like it? I feel complicated about this. I think I think it's valid. It's hard for me to kind of see it otherwise. Now, I'm trying to think of a scenario where this exact thing wouldn't be it, but that was, I mean, hey, that was solid. That was actually a very smart fucking tactic. Make somebody feel comfortable. That is manipulation. I hate to say it, but it is manipulation. But I just don't think it's the bad kind. Because making somebody feel comfortable enough to tell you if they cheated, to leave them anyways. But it's like I said, she shouldn't have cheated to begin with. If she would have just been loyal to him, then there wouldn't have been anything to confess. There would have literally been nothing to worry about. She wouldn't have to have brought the conversation up at all. Oh, but that was nice. That's iconic, actually. But I do wonder if by him saying that triggered her to think that it was okay. Like, I feel as though, one, because she really didn't have to tell him at all. She really could have been like, regardless of how he says he's gonna feel about it, I'm just not gonna tell him. I'm just not gonna bring it up. And maybe had he been like, if you cheat on me ever, we're done, we're getting a divorce, we're broken up, then maybe she wouldn't have done it. But point blank, I feel like you shouldn't be doing that at all. But maybe she thought she had a pass because he said he would have been cool with it the one time if she came back and told him, you know, immediately. But I'm classifying that as good manipulation. I'm having, if you disagree, let me know in the comment section. I'm actively trying to view it another way, which let me view the comments too. Like she has been holding on to that as her get one out of jail free card. Yeah, I feel like everybody kind of has the same vibe. And it also is 2 a.m. Maybe I'll think more logically about that one. Because these are just like immediate responses. Like I said, I've only read the titles. Okay, let me know if you guys like this. I actually liked doing this. I didn't think I was going to, especially because there are so many people that read Reddit stories. Like it just feels like kind of something that everybody and their mom does. Let me know which one was your favorite. Am I the asshole scenario? Let me know your thoughts on each one. And I hope you have a great day, a great afternoon, a great morning. Sorry, Daphne's trying to get comfortable. But okay, bye.